Welcome back to Otakuspect. This episode is our Majoras Mask episode, and we've been waiting for a long time to do this. Sorry for not getting any episodes out in the few weeks that we've been gone, but we'll be trying to get them out more. We have a Binding of Isaac episode in the works right now, and we'll have that one out soon too. So, for our Majoras Mask episode, we've got four of us here.
I'm Nova.
I'm Midget.
I'm Zork.
And we'll be starting out this episode just talking about some of the cool stuff about Majora's Mask. Tips, masks, characters, just the usual stuff you'll find. Alright, for the first point of the day, we're going to be talking about our favorite masks. Now, obviously, Majora's Mask is always about the side quest and the mask itself, but we'll start out with the mask today. Now, we are going to go over the top two masks from everyone in our group. So, Zork, what are your top two masks?
Oh, top two masks. Stone Mask and the Cafe Mask.
Why?
Oh, well, Stone Mask, first off, that music that's playing, it's just funny here. Alright, and then, like, the next reason is just so easy to get the Cafe Mask, and it's just, like, the first introduction to that whole side quest, and it's, like...
Okay. Alright, Midget.
I like the bunny hood because it's really fast and it's really convenient, especially when you don't have a horse at the very beginning of the goddamn level. I'm telling you. Makes me angry.
And the other one?
I like the pixie mask.
Why the pixie mask? And by pixie, you mean Great Fairy.
Yep. Because...
Useful.
Big fat titties.
Alright, okay. Nova?
My two favorite masks have to be the bunny mask, and yes, I know it's not called the bunny mask. I call it the bunny mask.
It's bunny hood.
I like to say just bunny mask. It's time saving, like the mask. It's time saving just to say bunny mask because it's actually really speedy, and because it can get you to where you need to go.
Yeah, which one takes longer, Bunny Mask or Bunny Hood? Same thing. They both have the same syllables.
So Bunny's in the hood? Dude, got a Glock? Popping some bitches!
With the hood and those ears. No. With, my second favorite mask would have to be the Majora's Mask, mainly because it's unobtainable and because I'm really wanting to be an asshole like that right now. So, I really like the Majora's Mask, mainly because it brings an entire point in story to the entire video game. Otherwise, it would just be having really cool items. So, I like the Bunny Mask because it's fast, and I like the Majora's Mask because it's just...
powerful. You like it fast and powerful.
You know I do.
Okay! Alright, so my two favorite masks will probably be the Bomb Mask, because you get it at the very beginning of the game, it's always there for you, and you're not always going to have bombs on you, so what you do? You whip out this mask and you blow something up! There's really no other reason than just blowing stuff up. The Bomb Mask is amazing. Second mask I really like, besides the Stone Mask, because the Stone Mask is always very cool, and it comes close to my top favorites, but my favorite mask is actually the Captain Keaton Mask, mainly because you get some really good side quests with it. You get to trick the King of the Kana just to think you're Captain Keaton for a little while, and it's so convenient. I mean, you can make mummies dance. You barely even need the Ninja Mask or the Mummy Mask in order to make people, just work with you. I mean, you can just wear the Captain Keaton mask. You don't even have ninjas popping out of the ground at you every 5 feet. You can just walk around, you get stuff done, it's really convenient, and it helps you through the game. Alright, favorite items. Zork.
Favorite items? Dude, basically just... Wait, hold on. Just so I get this right, so I don't confuse... Where...
Oh, there.
Okay. The Eye of Truth and the... I don't know why, but it made me think of the little thing, the
Bombchus.
Yeah, the Bombchu, Pikachu. Anyways, so the reason why I like those two is because the Eye of Truth, it just I don't know, I like the design of it. And then the Bombchu, it's I used to troll with that so much, even though it's weird to say that you trolled with the Bombchu. It's you could be on you could just literally just see this stupid enemy just running back and forth at the speed of sound, and you're just it's alright, cool.
Alright, Midget.
Bow and arrow is really fast. I can pull it out.
Okay.
Just whip it out.
Okay, hey.
You could just whip it out and sling it at anybody.
Asshole. I'm telling you.
It's
Alright.
You what? No. The other one I do like.
You
Yeah, I
only
guess
need
that
one.
is truth. It's really cool.
Wait, let me change my answer. The bottles.
Oh,
those
did you get
were
the
s-
pixies?
No, just period. The bottles. Because
Why?
because you could get them. Because okay, admittingly, to get them was a bitch.
Oh yeah.
But
Remember the swimming race?
but
Hated that.
they were so useful. It was like a godsend, and it was,
You literally had to have at least one bottle to complete one of the quests in the Deku Palace.
Just in
Getting that
case,
stupid
yeah.
princess. And Zork has just flipped his chair.
Because somebody needs to get laid.
You don't know how.
All
long
right.
it's been.
Nova?
My favorite item would have to be the handy tool. And I know that's probably not the correct name for it, but I find it to be, handy.
Please tell me you mean the grappling hook.
I call it the handy tool.
I quit.
Alright, and my favorite item, I actually have two, but they work together. My favorite item is any one of the bottles, just because you can buy the milk at the milk bar that makes your magic completely full for the 3-day cycle. And the light arrow, because that deals a ton of damage, and you can spam that thing as long as you have arrows, and is amazing in the Majora's Mask battle itself.
It does suck
And you
when
can get as
don't have
much arrows as you
telling
want. Well,
You
not
have to
really,
get the
because...
arrows at the first hand, though. If you don't have them right then and there, that's when you have to go back and go all the way
Not
back
true.
around
Boss
through the map,
battles.
and then you have to get it.
Boss battles and mini boss battles. They're all over dungeons. They're freaking everywhere. You can't go 2 feet without stumbling upon a patch of arrows, and then you
Well,
can
then-
get the upgrades to the arrows,
well,
so you
then
can
people
carry a
don't like
freaking
me.
ton of them.
People run from
So, arrows are freaking awesome with the freaking alcoholic milk.
Basically, just to summarize, she's a quick shooter.
Okay then. We're done here.
Watching.
me. That's.
Get rid of that.
That's great.
Okay.
Yes,
Favorite
that was
boss.
my end
Favorite boss, okay?
Dude, no. What was the first one?
The first boss?
I genuinely hate
Freaking
Majora's.
warrior boss.
No, I hate Majora's first. I hate the Majora.
Just
the final
Majora's
boss.
incarnation. No,
Yeah.
final boss?
Yeah, the final boss. I
Majora's
hate-
Wrath. Majora's Wrath.
Yeah. That it was the most retarded boss battle I've ever had to deal with because
Admittedly, it was easy.
it was way too easy. And then not only that, if you have the Fierce Deities one, it's supposed to give you power-ups. It's something that's supposed to make it feel like it's a better match, and it's like it's supposed to test skill.
It's overkill.
Yeah, at that point, it's just literally just like swing, 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 dodge for like 2 seconds, come back, swing, 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 and it's over.
You kidding me? I never even dodged. I just kept swinging and walking to the left. Alright, Lacey. Ignore that.
So I'm
Ignore
gonna
that.
get sniped twice today.
I didn't even finish.
Oh,
In
yeah,
my
moves.
kneecaps.
Let Chandler finish.
Okay.
God.
3,
Let Zork finish.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, the reason my favorite one is the first one is because his dance moves were so hella.
So,
No, just period, just hella.
And there
Anyways,
was the chanting going on the entire time.
yeah, it's literally like I don't know anybody who can take that seriously, but I just found that just a really good setting point to just be like, all right, so this is what I got to deal with. I'm good, and then later on it gets progressively harder and harder until you get to the final one, and then it just basically is just like take my body, and you're just like, okay,
Swing, swing, swing. Okay, midget.
I hate when you actually wear one of the other dead bosses as a mask, and then you go up to the other guy who looks exactly like you, but not. It's the skull one. It makes me angry because then he actually believes that you're.
Okay,
him.
I'm just gonna
This
stop
is
you
like-
right
this
now.
is some true shit right here. We're getting some inside scoop on some shit. That was the most well thought out boss description I've ever heard in my life. We're done here because of that. We're done. We don't even need. We're done.
And midget.
It was
I
some
don't-
shit that happened, and
I'm telling you, just nope. Don't like any of the bosses. Nope. I guess I like Majora's. Like at the very end, that's really cool. I guess it was a really short battle. That was stupid, but I don't really have a favorite. I hate them all. I just hate bosses in general. I just hate.
Alright,
Bye.
Nova.
Okay, I have a problem with the term boss because you're facing all of these gigantic assholes, but you're not getting paid. No, seriously, think about it. And they're right. I mean, Zork had an excellent point. Seeing the end of when you actually face the final Majora's Mask as the final boss, it's odd because out of all of the small difficulties, the things that you clearly miss in the game as you're playing along that you have to go back to do sometimes, it's just agitating, to say the least. And then, when it's finally over, you think, well, at least it's different from every other video game. But in the same sense, you get a feeling of what it is that, well, I guess you don't get a feeling of what it is that you were trying to accomplish.
Oh gosh, what's even worse than that is if you go through this particular game.
Welcome to the We Hate Majora's Mask cast, where we genuinely hate Majora's Mask.
No. This
No, we're not
is
hating.
what's
We like
even
the
worse
masks.
right here is when you're going through the game and you decide, oh yeah, I'm gonna beat the main storyline and then go back and get all the masks, and it's a pain in the ass because you don't have the heart containers. I mean, not all the masks, all the side quests, and you don't have the heart containers, you don't have all the magic, you don't have all the upgrades that you freaking need, and then you're
Don't
getting
get
your
it
ass
all.
kicked by like any of the bosses, and it's not even funny. And then you beat the game in like 3 or 4 hours because you've gone through the main side quests as fast as you can, trying to speedrun it, so then you can go back and do the main quest, and then go back for the side quests, and then it's just like, holy crap, you missed like 3/4 of the game right there because the side quests are more important.
Thank you, Room.
Yes, side quests are amazing. Anyways,
Okay, and for you, Room.
my
what are
favorite boss, my absolute favorite boss, would probably be Goats or Goits, or however you want to say that, the boss in the Goron Temple on Snowhead. Because out of all the dancing boss in the, can't remember his name right now, but the boss in the Deku Temple was really easy, and that freaking fish boss that nobody likes was a freaking pain in the butt, and I couldn't even, like, I died like twice the first time I ever played Majora's Mask trying to beat him, just so I could figure out how to do it.
Just the fish boss was just unmemorable.
Uh-huh.
It was just very generic, very boring. It was
Mm.
kind of just like really expected. Period. The whole Zora area was just stupid, honestly. Like, I genuinely hated every part about that. Like, Snowhead at least made sense in some retrospect.
Well, that whole seahorse quest when you're killing the snakes, it wasn't so much exciting, but it was a little bit sweet.
Yeah, but at the same time, it was just like the whole game was more supposed to be like, I couldn't take it at all serious after the Zora area.
That's true. Anyways, but my favorite temple boss would be Goat because, honestly, he's actually a fun boss going around and he's throwing up the rocks and the bombs at you and stuff. He's actually fun to destroy, and don't even get me started on having that freaking eye pop out of the back of his neck in the new 3DS
That was
version.
just like,
Dude, what's the
It's just
point
stupid.
of the eye thing?
I guess it's just to give like younger players a sense of
oh my
coin
God.
sword here. But yeah,
It might be.
he's
Nintendo's generous like that.
it is true. Alright, favorite character out of the entire game. You can pick any character whatsoever. They don't have to
Postman.
be important.
The Postman.
Because he's fast and easy.
Hey, I thought we're talking about the Postman here, not my love life. Anyway, no, like genuinely, the Postman was like out of all the serious characters in there, like he was just the best comic relief in any Zelda game. I mean, you could say Groose was, and you could say all these other characters were. Even you could debate Tingle was.
Bruce was annoying.
But out of all, Postman was the only one that was like genuinely just like, keep going, man. You could do it. It's actually fun.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Zork on this one. I mean, I, with a passion, dislike Link, just altogether. And for my own personal reasons, which we'll have to go into another episode to discuss, because there's just not enough time.
When we do a retrospective of Zelda.
Okay then. Midget?
I like Link
He's a blonde little bitch and everyone knows.
Alright.
in tights. He's a man.
Exactly, he's a blonde little bitch in tights and everyone knows.
Alright, I really kind of like all the re-deads who are dancing in the palaces whenever you're wearing the dead masks. Because it's just hilarious. Like, you
That
cut down
is
3 out of 4 of them,
creepy.
and then the last one just sits there dancing, watching you. And you're just like, it's like when you're playing Grand Theft Auto and you shoot everybody in the park, and then you go up and buy a hot dog from the hot dog man. It's just like he sells you with
I
a straight
won't do
face.
that.
And so it's hilarious.
Dude, of
because you're
course he's
kicking
gonna
their
sell you the
butts.
hot dog with the straight face. He doesn't want to get shot.
Yeah.
It's either have a straight face or one with a hole in it.
You can
Okay
smile
then.
and go have a nice day with the hot dog.
All right.
Give
Any
a bonus.
favorite Easter eggs or secrets of this game? Anybody can really pop up here.
Okay, so I like it when you actually go to the hole in the wall. It's like one of the main temples. It's not a side quest, but I think it's the one with the
Goron Mask? I mean,
Zoran.
Zora.
Yeah, okay,
Zora.
when you go to the Zoran's temple, I'm
Zora.
pretty sure. it's
Let
your
me cut you
temple.
off for a second because mine's more important. In the 3DS one, the GameCube. That was
Okay,
a
I will
really-
admit that. Midget, you just got metaphorically bitch slapped. All right. Anybody else? Nova, want one?
I really just liked wearing the bunny mask and carrying the Easter eggs everywhere because I thought it was comically funny in my own retrospect. I know that may sound.
Let me cut you off because nothing
Easter
you
eggs
said made
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to. I didn't actually get to do it. I just wanted to.
Okay then.
This is coming out in April. Happy Easter, everybody.
Happy Easter!
We're
This is like a week away. Okay. I think my favorite little Easter egg in this entire game was probably having a realistic tiger picture on the back of that old woman's chair
I'm telling you,
because
that is creepy.
it's
just
really
wrong in
it's
so many levels.
canonly breaking. It's just not even funny. It's just
That's just
so
wrong.
random, and it's so hard to see too unless you literally go behind her. And who wants to look at an old woman's back? Who found this? This is weird.
Rapey Faces brought to you by Nintendo.
Yes.
I'm telling you, those little kids will never see the light of day again. Especially
Oh
if they
my.
see that granny's backside, I'm telling you.
Oh.
This is one thing that I want to discuss, is that this is by far one of the darkest Zelda games that I've come across. And I haven't played that many, as you may be able to tell. But the theory and the idea behind most of this is really, I don't know, just dark.
We'll get to that in a minute. Alright, favorite species. Deku, Goron, Zora, Hylian, or Fairy?
Gorons.
Hey!
Very.
Probably gonna go with the Dekus. Not really so much that they're good species, it's just that the Deku really helps you access different
The
areas.
Dekus are freaking just regular. If you really think about it, their culture and stuff is supposed to be more like a, almost like a British people, like how the British used to handle things like medieval times, stuff like that. So
That is
they,
pretty cool.
that's
And then
not
there's that whole
cool.
deed quest.
Okay,
Considering
when they weren't
considering that they were being
upfront.
they were being jerks, and there was no reason for any of the half of the stuff, and you're supposed to not like the Dekus. So I mean, admirable to you, but to me, the Gorons just seemed like really just
The Gorons were friendly.
yeah, the Gorons were humble people that were just trying to get by. Honestly,
They just
That's-
want to eat some rocks and
that's all they
cocaine.
wanted. That was it. They just
There's
wanted
plenty
to
of
eat off
rocks,
the
I'm telling
land.
you.
They wanted to eat the land itself.
Exactly.
You know
Alright.
what? Just let them.
And here's back to the whole dark area of the game. There's been a theory going around for a long time that this whole game right here is the 5 stages of grief. Any comments on that right here?
Oh, I wouldn't say the 5 stages of grief, no. It's more like 3.
Not really. He goes through all 5 if you look at the not canonly presented, but the theory presented online.
Let me just stop right here. I'm not gonna say anything in the theory area because I genuinely am just getting sick of Zelda theories.
Oh yeah,
There's too many
So
of them.
there
I'm-
is.
Like, specifically the ones around Majora's Mask, I genuinely hate because it's not supposed to be this, like, as complex
Yeah,
as
people
everybody
go
says.
in too much depth with everything with video games. You can ask the guy in game theory. He,
Matt,
has perfected being too deep in video game theory.
And also, not only that, but I hate Matt Pat. Okay, no,
I
his
loathe
portal,
Matt Bat.
his whole portal theory is literally based off 2 lines of dialogue that go nowhere and have nothing to do with the story other than just jokes. So cool, you can keep coming up with these theories, but you're not credible. The only thing he actually said that was made sense.
Well,
was the
yeah,
Donkey
he always
Kong
does
Country.
say, but hey, that's just a theory. Woo! And he is dying over there. Okay, I'm
It's
gonna
okay.
stop right here. Next area. Okay, personal views on the game.
Okay, well, back to the idea of being dark. I think maybe the creator was in just like a bad spot when he came up with the idea for the video game, and I think somebody decided to take.
Wouldn't you be in a
spin-off
bad
of
spot
it.
if you were told you had to make a video game within 3 months that had to be part of a storyline that was also like
I think that's
one
when
of the
you
most
start-
anticipated video games at that point in time, and you're like, you only got 3 months, do it.
Start crying
wants
and
to
rolling on
drink.
your back going,
Yeah, but
"Ah."
that's just a theory. A game.
No, that's not a theory. That's what was
Happens,
going on.
yeah.
No,
Oh
see,
my
I can
God.
I can understand that. I think that maybe the idea of stress would consume you to the point where you would actually come up with something gloomy like this. But if that's the standard, maybe I don't know. Maybe that's the reason for Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't know. But
Weird.
to the
Well,
fact that
because kids actually died in Five Nights at Freddy's, they actually found dead bodies, so that's why they shut it down. There's a real Five Nights at Freddy's, but it's not. It's just dinner at Freddy's. It's
Anyways, I'm
terrible.
gonna go pee for a minute. You guys.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, just pause it. Let me just pause it.
No. Continue on without me.
Okay, we're continuing without Zork. Okay, continuing without Zork. You up, Ninja?
Yeah, and I'm gonna bust kneecaps. That's what I'm gonna do. Guess whose kneecaps I'm busting?
Okay, you're busting my kneecaps. What do you think about the game?
The game's pretty cool. I mean, it's really, really dark. However, I do like the side quests are okay. I do like it when you put on one of the masks. That one.
Captain Kita.
Yeah, when you put on Captain Kita's mask and you go where the skeletons are and stuff like that, they will start dancing behind you. And they'll just start dancing, like, I'm not even kidding.
Okay. Anyways, honestly, this game is probably one of my most favorite games of all time. Like, I legitimately have a Majora's Mask necklace, and I really love this game. This game's always been, like, one of my favorites of all the Zelda series, and honestly, I personally prefer this game over Ocarina, just because so much of it really appeals to your emotions. I mean, the whole Kufei quest was just amazing, and it just kept...
Coffee, you dick.
I said Kufei. Ah!
Kufei.
Kufei.
I'll come
Kufei. Anyways, it's such a great game that I just really love it. It really appeals to, like, your own little feelings there, and it also gives you this feeling of, hey, you're completely alone. You're gonna go back in time, and nobody's gonna remember you, and it kind of dispels that at the very end of the game, and then they send you away, and they go party while you're, like, walking away sadly, and it messes with your emotions, and it's such a great game. It's just really fun. Zork?
Final thoughts of the game?
Just thoughts on the game, what you think?
Okay, like, genuinely, this is one of my favorite Zelda games, not only because of how detailed it is within the short amount of time that they had to make it in,
It's
but,
pretty good.
I mean, I have my flaws with it. I genuinely hate how everybody looks at Link like he's still, like, 17 or an adult, when he's just a kid. He's just trying to do what's right and wrong. And if you really look on it on that aspect, it's literally just so innocent in the fact of that he doesn't understand that all this stuff is happening. And that's very prevalent at the end of the Cafe mission when he just goes back. He doesn't really think about it that hard. He just goes back, and he doesn't understand what's really going on, and you can see it on his face that he just genuinely just doesn't know what's going on. He just leaves and is like, all right, well, time to go back in time and set everything back. Like, as
Kind of depressing.
it is, but at the same time, like, it's not. I mean,
It's kind of like good at the same time as
A good
his
solid
disadvantages when he did.
At least in one timeline, they were able to be together.
yeah, and honestly, like, I stand by on how the director said that the depression and all the pain in the game you saw was actually supposed to motivate you to stop Skull Kid. And everybody says that they love Skull Kid even though he's a bad kid. And it's like, no, you're not supposed to love him. You're supposed to be angry at him. I mean, you're not supposed to genuinely feel, like, compassion for this kid. You're supposed to be like, you're a bad guy, but at least we know you're misdirected. So, right now...
We feel sympathy for you still.
Yes, we
We're still
feel
sympathetic
sympathy.
for you,
But we don't feel compassion
but
for
you still need to be punished.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I genuinely hate how people act like he's something better than he is. So overall, this game's actually really well detailed and really nice. In
Yeah,
this
the
short amount.
graphics are really nice.
Alright. Most useless mask. It can be for the storyline that leads up to it. It could be for the reason, what it does. It could be for anything. Most useless mask and why it's the most useless.
Are you kidding me? The All Night Mask.
The all-night mask.
No,
Why?
actually, no. The Postman Mask.
Postman. You mean the
Why?
Postman's hat?
But you love the Postman.
Okay,
I love
why?
the Postman,
Why?
but the Postman Mask literally did nothing.
Well,
There
to
was
give you one
nothing-
piece of heart.
So what? Everything in there had something to do with something, except for the Postman's hat was literally just...
Just for life. Just that one life.
Actually, you know what? 90% of the masks were... Even the Cafe Mask was useless.
Sad face.
Well, yeah. Anyways,
Well,
pick
Actually,
one.
no. You know
Just
what?
the
No, I'm
Postman
gonna go on a
mask?
huge rant about the Fierce Deity's Mask and the Giant's Mask. Those masks only helped in, like, one situation, and it doesn't help anything else. Other than that, it's just for completion stuff. And it's like, you don't even get a reward for it. You just get shit on. I'm sorry, but it genuinely just...
Well, you did get a full piece of heart, so...
So what?
You can do side quests or just run around in other, temples and
How
get
many
hearts.
how many hearts were there in the whole thing?
You actually filled up your top row and bottom row fully, and you can't get into the secret dungeon without 16, so I know there's at least 16.
Either way,
And you get a piece of heart in the 16, and the secret dungeon. Anyways, most useless mask. Blah! Most useless mask.
The night mask.
All night mask?
Yeah.
Okay. Any reason?
Because you have to, once you have it and you go to talk to Granny, that bored me.
Well, let's go talk to someone else's grandmother to listen to her stories.
That, yeah. Okay, and you just sit there for the longest period of time, and then you don't get rarely anything, and then you get to sit another round and talk to her some more. It's just, ugh.
Alright, Nova?
Okay, I genuinely wish, and this is odd because I wish I had the all-night mask, because unlike other people who love to sleep, I actually dislike the idea of rest. I wish there was some way that I never had to sleep or use the restroom, and I'm sure a lot of people would agree with me on this. The fact that you could stay up all night doing whatever it is that you wanted to do, or whatever it is that you needed to do, and be able to continue on with your day as if you were fully rested, that sounds great. As far as
No.
a useless
The
mask,
thing is the All Night Mask is cursed because you'll always feel like you're extremely tired, but
Yeah.
you can't sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
it
true.
just drains your energy.
I
but
already-
Well, it's just cursed you to not
I
feel
already feel that way, and I don't even have the mask.
this. Well then, okay.
No,
well, that
it's-
means you're just a little bitch!
Oh,
Oh.
jeez, Sword.
Oh, Zorg.
Alright, my
No,
turn.
no. As far as a mask that I truly hate, it has to be the Majora's Mask itself. Just for the outrageous... it's like a bipolar mask. That's how I can describe it. It's a bipolar mask. Over the
Oh,
room.
you don't have any masks? Let me just give you the one mask that can slay me. Let's fight! Alright, my turn. Honestly, going through all the masks, I've gone through every single quest. I completed this game 100% completion, okay? And I've gone through every mask, and if a mask doesn't have a function, like giving you another mask or a piece of heart, then it's gonna help you get another mask. However, there's one mask in this game that is completely unforgivable to me, and I swear they may have only put this mask in just to complete the Star Fox joke in this game with the line of the masks, okay? And that mask is the Pigma mask, and I only choose this one because the only things that are really attributed to this mask is getting the Deku Butler to basically say when he's giving it to you that you remind him of his son, and finding mushrooms for that one hag up in the shop so she can make you blue potion. Other than that, there really is no helping or reasoning to use this mask, and even then, it's easier just to buy the potion offer at a later date or whatever, or buy it from one of the shops, because honestly, this mask does absolutely nothing, and I didn't even touch this mask the entire first time I played through this game. This mask is the unforgivable mask to me. I'm done with it. I'm done. I hate that mask.
Let me go on a little bit of a rant about the whole Zelda series as a whole, because
This is, like, in Majora's Mask is more... It's more of a problem in Majora's Mask than any of the series. Actually, no, just period, the 64 games in general. See, I genuinely just have a problem with those because the NES games and the SNES game, Link to the Past, they both have this feel of like genuine adventure and genuine like this, like you explore and you get rewarded. But in Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, it was more story based, and ever since those two games have come out, every game since then have just been more and more detailed about story than anything else, and that's really upsetting considering that Zelda has like the perfect area to go about just being an adventure game. And I know Ego Raptor has said the exact same thing, gone on his little rant, but he never explained it as good as he should have. It's an adventure game. It needs to feel like an adventure game. Zelda Wii U looks like it's going to actually have that in the sense...
Yeah, Wii U it does. I played it. The new Legend of Zelda game on Wii U, it's actually really legit, and you actually get to be...
If you're talking about Hyrule Warriors, I'm not talking about that. Hyrule Warriors is good, but the new one, I'm talking about.
The new one is not out yet.
It hasn't even been... They've
Released.
just... Yeah, they just said that they're going to delay it till 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope they delay it as much as possible, because the more they delay it, the better the content gets.
I may actually buy a Wii U just to play this.
It's legit. It's actually, you know what? I think you and most Zelda fans who are dedicated to the story will hate it, because what they're talking about is they're going to completely throw out the story. And that it's just
honestly, that'd be fine to me, because the biggest part about this game that I loved was the side quests itself, being able to go and explore and get all the new masks and all that stuff, and being able to actually explore the area, because I remember when I was playing Skyward Sword, okay? The one thing that I really did hate, and this is where I can completely agree with you, is the storyline, because the storyline just went on for frickin' ever, and you had to go back to all these places and do all this crap over and over and over again. And it's just, I wanted to explore the areas, I wanted to go as far as I can. I basically, when you get to the point where you can actually control where you're going on the ship in Skyward Sword, I sailed the entire freaking area to the edges and back. I tried to go everywhere I possibly could, and I loved exploring that game. It was so cool. And then it's just like, then the main storyline calls you back and makes you its bitch and spanks you and gives to you full, and it has it its way.
Like, the worst part about...
And this is Rune's sex life.
The worst part about Legend of Zelda is knowing the fact that a new Legend of Zelda game can come out. Like, not talking about Wii U. I'm hoping that it'll be what they say. But every Legend of Zelda game that has come out since the 64 to now, discounting Hyrule Warriors, literally is a lesser of an adventure game than Minecraft is. Yes, I'm gonna boldly say this. Minecraft is more of an adventure game than Legend of Zelda.
We are playing this as a memorial episode because after tonight, Zork will get shot from some possible Zelda fan out there.
I'm serious about it. I genuinely find more stuff to do and more exploration in Minecraft than I can in Legend of Zelda. Legend of Zelda is very set path, very you know what to do, and it tells you what to do. In Minecraft, it doesn't tell you anything. It literally
do.
Yeah, it just drops you into a world and says, figure everything out yourself.
Survive, yeah.
And
survive,
your name is
bitch.
Steve.
Oh, and that first night was like annoying. Especially if you're like playing in the seas that make it really hard, and like gives you one tree on the entire island.
Oh my god. Guys, I have to tell you something really, really, really important about Minecraft.
Nope.
I'm not done with my rant yet. Anyways, continuing on.
Back up!
It's about the creepers.
Nobody cares. I was just using an example. Anyways, so it's. I know for a fact that Miyamoto would not want Legend of Zelda to be seen as something as subpar. And honestly, I haven't really found more interest in any of the Zelda games rather than Link to the Past, Four Swords, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and the NES games. And Wind Waker. Wind Waker was actually doing the right path.
Was great.
Yeah, it was going in the right path. But then Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, all those games, they just fell under the rug, and they were just... It wasn't a Zelda game. It wasn't an adventure game.
Well, if you want to call them out on that, then Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass, besides the fact that you have to go back to the temple 1,000 times to get to a lower level, Other than that, they kind of somewhat fit the description. And if you want to go really far back, Minish Cap, even though, yes, it is tied to the main storyline, the main storyline's basically telling you the entire time, go out and explore these areas, go fuse kinstones or whatever. It's basically saying, hey, go out and find all these new little secrets now that you got new items and stuff. And it does help a little bit, even though you are tied to the main storyline. It gives you some amount of freedom.
Yeah. Okay.
And unfortunately, some of the newer games don't do that, but...
Oracles
it
of
does
Seasons even was a better adventure game. I mean, like, I genuinely, like... It's just my biggest problem that, like, this is just a point of it, like, video games in general. We have literally been getting in this area of, like, we're more concerned about what the story says rather than the art form of what the video game is supposed to be. We are more carried about the cinematic value than the actual gameplay. And this is really annoying, considering that, like...
The people will buy it.
Yes, and that it's becoming more and more webbed into video game culture. And it's like, in some areas, it's fine. Heavy Rain, cool. LA Noire, cool. But when we're talking about games like... Again, like Legend of Zelda, Skyward Sword, they cared more about the story that was very subpar than what it was supposed to be. And it
honestly, these Zelda games, they need to be able to make it good without having any storyline whatsoever, and then put in a storyline to let you follow and give you instructions and let you know what to do. But honestly, nowadays, they don't do that. Like, honestly, if you wanted to, you could probably go play Assassin's Creed and ditch the entire main storyline just to play the rest of the game, and you'd be fine. But the storyline needs to be something that you put in to help gamers along and give a sense of, hey, come complete these main quests and all that stuff. Maybe we'll give you a few new things or whatever. And you don't have to if you don't want to, but
no, it's
come
just so
complete these.
demanding.
Just come have fun. But when it gets demanding and takes up and you're just like, oh, why do I have to go do this? Then it's just not good anymore.
See, this is why I like Pokemon games, because they're not so demanding. And there's not that many spots where you're, like,
Dude,
time restricted.
I'm gonna... Since we're on the topic of this, Pokemon is very generic and very bland.
That's why
it
I
is.
like it, because you can make it your own.
It's not even your own. It's literally just a very plain story that you can do. Like, it's very...
We will save this for another episode. So let's get to the final part. Rating the game. I'm going to give it a 9. God. Right. I'm going to give it a 9 Master Swords out of 10 Master Swords.
I'd give it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, 6 out. It's not bad because the glitches and stuff like that, but other than that, the storyline really.
Okay, considering this is the first Zelda game that I've ever played, I would have to give it at least a 7 out of 10, because, I don't know, considering that it is the first game that I've ever played that is Zelda, I think it's really, it's really good.
Alright, so this has been a Otakuspect Majoras Mask episode. Let us know what you think. Do you agree with Zork? Do you agree with me, Rune? Let us know whatever you want in the comments below. Let us know what we're doing better, what we need to do. And hey, we'll be putting this up on YouTube. We'll be seeing about getting this video up on other places in the future sometime. So let us know what you think. Let us know any comments in the description. We'll always be here to talk back with y'all. I'm Rune.
I'm Nova.
I'm Midget.
I'm Zorg.
And this has been Otakuspect. Thanks for watching.
And leave it to Zork to go balls deep, like any male gigolo, into a storyline of Zelda.